Hi friends, happy Earth Day. Today to celebrate Earth Day, we're going to make a nature journal. A nature journal is something you can bring with you outside. It could be a nice companion to your time outside. Maybe you sit quietly and listen and reflect about what you hear. Maybe you notice something and you draw it while you're out there. Maybe a squirrel is sitting very still for you and you want to capture him in his still state. You could draw a picture in your journal. There's a lot of ways you could use your journal. After you make it, you can see how you would like to use it. So the first thing about making our journals here at home is that we need to use materials that are already around our home. So we might not have all the things in the classroom. I know I don't have a 3-hole punch or a hole punch or a stapler here. There's things that I wish I had that are in the classroom, not here, but it will be really fun to just get creative and see what we have around our house, and each of our journals will look different because we all have different things in our house. So the first thing you'll need is like a thick piece of paper, something to be the front and the back of your journal. So some things you might use for like thicker paper could be like a recycled cardboard. I just have a cereal box here that you could cut out. And then the cool thing about a cereal box, or like any other kind of box too, any other food box, could be that the inside is just like a nice brown color. So later when we get to decorating, my favorite part, this would be a good surface to draw on. You also might have like, this is like the same color as the box, but this is a cardstock, a piece of cardstock. It's like a thicker piece of paper. Maybe you have a manila folder. Maybe you have some construction paper, just something that's a little bit thicker, that could just be like protective of your book. So be thinking about some thick paper you have around your house that you could use, and you might even come up with an idea I didn't think of. The next thing you'll need is some paper for the inside. So this is going to be the paper that you're going to be writing on and drawing on. Some paper that might work would be just the computer paper, the plain white paper that we use in the classroom. I have here some notebook paper, some lined paper. You could also use construction paper. Maybe you already have a notebook and you can use a couple pieces of paper from that, pull that out. Anything you have around your house that could be a couple pieces. So for the inside, we're going to want maybe around like 10 pages. So right here, I think I have 5 pieces of this lined paper, because my plan is going to be to cut it in half and make it a long, it'll go the long way. We'll get there. The next thing you're going to need is something to bind together your book. So some ways you might do that, if you see that if this was the cover and this was the inside paper, maybe I even did this just like preliminarily, some way to put it all together. So that might mean if you have a stapler, it could just mean 3 staples down the middle. If you had a hole punch, you could punch some holes and then put some string through. You could use things like glue. If you wanted some time to dry, you could use glue. Put it between some heavy books and let it dry for a day before you move on to your next step. You could also use things like binder clips or paper clips even to hold it together. I didn't have much around my house as a way to bind it together, so I'm going to be using binder clips when we get to that part. So go ahead and see what you have around your house. One more part actually is the decoration. So see what you have to decorate. Maybe you have crayons, markers, fabric, anything that you want to add to the cover as the last step. So go around and see what you have, and we'll meet back here. All right, now that we have our materials, let's get started. So for my front cover and back cover, I'm just using a piece of cardstock I have here. And in thinking about the design of my book, I know it could open this way, like a regular book, I'm interested in having this be the top and it open up this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. Okay, that nice crease down the middle. And now I'm going to cut it in half, and now I'll have a front and a back cover that are going to be the same size. Okay, so here's my front and my back cover. Voila. The next thing I'm going to do is get my lined paper here to do the inside. I'm going to do the inside paper. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the cover with this paper. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to cut it down the middle. There are some little holes up here because this was a 3-hole paper. I'm not too concerned with them. I could cut them off, but I'll just leave them. It's okay. I'm going to cut right down the middle so that all my pages are going to be the same size. Okay, so now I have my outside cover, my inside paper. The next thing I'm going to do is bind these together. And like I said before, I didn't have very many things around my house to think about binding them together, but I do have these binder clips here. So what I'm thinking is I can take my front cover, my back cover, and then put my paper, actually maybe I'll do it this way where the holes are on top, line it up there. So I have my back cover, my inside paper, and then if I put my front cover on top, now my thinking is if I put my binder clips up here, I'm going to open it like this. I think that's so cool. That'll be awesome. So I'm going to put my binder clips on. Actually, I might. And then I was thinking I would need to make a crease so that when I open it, it doesn't flip off those binder clips there. I'm making a crease so that I open it. I love it. It's so cool. And now each page will be like this. Awesome. I really like how that looks. Cool. Now, all of ours are going to look different because we all have different materials around our house. So it'll be really cool to see how everyone's comes out a little bit different. So here's how mine looks all bound together. And the last step is to decorate. Now, here's where we can get super creative. I'm talking magazine cutouts, old cards you're recycling. Maybe you can even use those recycled boxes to get some pictures off of and just make like a collage on there. You could do a drawing on there. You could take some yarn and make some glue and make like a yarn picture on there. There are a lot of things you could do with this. I think in honor of Earth Day, I'm going to do something about Earth. And the materials I have at my house is this box of crayons here. So I'm going to get to work adding some color to this and some design, and I'll share with you my finished product when I'm done. I hope you have a lot of fun with your book. If you have any questions or need some ideas about what materials you might use, let me know and I'll see if I can help you out. All right. So I hope you had fun making your nature journal today. Here's how mine came out. I just did pretty simple. I did the earth and then I borrowed this quote that I found that I liked. It says, "Sky above, earth below, peace within." So looking forward to seeing your journals and also seeing how you use them when you go outside. Are you more of a writer or more of a drawer? Are you more of a watcher or a listener? All right. Happy Earth Day, everyone.